Hey everyone, this is Rushlock. This is just a quick and simple visual aid for those of us in our community that we're talking about cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin mining, things like that. This is called MinerGate. There's a link in the video or description down below the video that you can get started with. Just go to the Downloads tab here. Get whatever one is relevant to your operating system. Make sure you sign up, sign in, get logged in the website. And afterward, you can go to Dashboard. Once you're on the dashboard, you can convert these to USD or euros, whatever is relevant to your region. Execute the client that you've downloaded and installed. You'll sign in with your email address. That's all you have to do. First tab is just like an announcements tab. Keeps track of simple stuff. What you're mining at the moment. I'm mining XMR. It's currently the one paying the most. Go to the second tab here. Shows you some of the currencies that are performing the most at the moment. MinerGate is probably one of just several GUI-based applications that you can use. The basic concept to show you guys is it uses your extra CPU and GPU processing power. So if you already leave your machines up and running, then while you're asleep, you can dedicate 2, 4, 6, 8. I usually keep mine locked at 2. Reason for that, see how this is at 75-ish right now. If I crank it up to 4, you might intuitively think, well, it's going to spike up to like 150, right? It doesn't work that way. We will get more mining done per second, but it doesn't scale to the same degree that you might be thinking. So, play with it play around with it on your side, see what works for you. But if you're asleep and you leave your devices running, if you're watching Netflix or something and just chilling, watching some media, and your CPU's not really doing anything too intensive in the background, you can farm up a little bit. You're by no means going to get rich doing this. We'll show you guys an example in a minute. A word of caution, this third tab here will start a benchmark for your machine. And basically, it's just going to stress test your hardware and see, what it's capable of, and it'll give you an assessment of how much you can expect to make per year. The reason I caution you for it is that on my older machine, the benchmarking ran perfectly fine and smooth. There was no issue. On my newer rig, I think when it started testing my Titan X, it freaked out. Like it could not handle that. So if you have a nicer, newer rig, be careful with that. If you've got a bit of a dated machine, at least a year or two old or more, it might be a little bit safer for you to do the benchmark. This last little tab is just like some silly little achievement things just for fun to have in here. But going back to here, the website itself will show you which ones are making the most. You can go to the calculator and mess around there, finding out currencies, values, and things like that. On the dashboard page, it shows you, how much you've mined lifetime. Mine's been going since last night. It's made a whopping 40 cents. Like I said, you're not going to retire and go rich off of this by any means, but if you're in a situation where you have a lot of extra devices, sucking up power anyway, that's why I said making profitable. Don't turn on devices that aren't already on all the time, since there is a power cost, right? And did I use 40 cents worth of my power bill by letting my computer run all night? Well, it runs all night anyway, so this way it can offset a little bit. I think for the Monero at the time of this video, it estimated that if I let it run for the entire month, I'd make like $5, $5.50, somewhere in that ballpark range. So like I said, it's not a huge amount of money. But if for whatever reason you are in a situation where you've got a lot of extra devices and power consumption is not a concern, maybe you'll go super techie with it and come up with kind of solar powered, device system and let this pay for it, $5 at a time. Go for it. Go have fun with it. It's just for fun. It always reminds me of the idle games, like Idle Click, but it's in real life. So a couple extra dollars a month. Like I said, you're not gonna do anything crazy with this. Go buy a meal of fast food once a month, paid for by this. Or if you want to get really techie with it and get into like compound interest concepts, use the yield from this to buy a machine and flip and repeat. And it's not very practical short term, but in long term, for example, I think keep in mind this math changes, but like if you spent like $4,000 on the hardware designed specifically for this concept, you could potentially, not guaranteed, but you could make like $500 a month passively. It takes you 8 months to pay that off, getting out of the red on your investment for your rate of return or return on investment ratio. And then after that 8 months, assuming that's the big thing, assuming that something is still paying out that well for cryptocurrencies, you can, or I'll switch over to Bitcoin or whatever you're going to do. You've got a passive income as long as cryptocurrencies are around. But again, you can mess around with it at a hobby level. You can get deep involved with it more so if you want to. But We do have a coin mining channel on the Discord server, so if you have some knowledge or personal experiences to share, feel free to stop by and do so. But have fun with it. I'll see you guys next time.